Hey, Mosaicians, welcome back. It's the same day. We're on episode 9, but there's a little food for thought that I had to feed you with and give you a little bit of insight on where I was coming from. So, episode 9, we're going to call this episode The Art of Listening, Building Empathy and Understanding in a Diverse Community. So, welcome back, Mosaicians. I actually like that, so I'm going to use that. And just for anybody, because I just made it up, this Grand Rising. So, we'll put it together. So, the Mosaicians means Mosaic citizens. Okay, so I'm going to use that a lot, just so I could cut out having to say, welcome to the Mosaic Community United University, because I'm saying it a lot of people are probably like, okay, we know. And that's good. I want you to know. So, that being said, the people part of this group that are even listening, it's probably 3 people, 4 people, but it doesn't matter to me because growth is coming. Okay. So, anyways, welcome, Mosaicians, back. It's not even the afternoon yet, and I'm coming to you with this episode 9, The Art of Listening, Building Empathy and Understanding in a Diverse Community. I'm your host, Samantha. A lot of people may know already. I go by Sam with 2 M's because Samantha is always manifesting more. Okay, gotta manifest that within my name, Anyways, so today we're diving into the powerful tool that can transform how we connect with others, the art of listening. In a world full of noise and constant distractions, we often forget the value of truly listening to those around us. But here's the thing. Listening doesn't go in just, okay, I hear you talking. No. Listening goes beyond just hearing words. It's about understanding empathy and creating a deeper bond within our communities and groups. In diverse spaces like the Mosaic community, listening is essential to bridging gaps in culture, perspectives, and experiences, and so on. So let's explore how mastering this skill can not only strengthen our communities, but also enrich our personal relationships. Segment 1, I guess we could call it, let me try to pop with that. Why listening is an important key to empathy, or let me rename that. Why listening is key to empathy. I think that'll go quick and better. Okay, straight to the point. So let's start by discussing the psychology behind listening. When we truly listen, we're not just receiving information. We're validating someone else's experiences, feelings, thoughts, perspective. This is actually a crucial part and key for building empathy. Empathy is about understanding where someone is coming from a certain place, even if their perspective is different from your own, or you're not really agreeing with it. We could agree to disagree. It doesn't matter. That's what we have to bounce that off of each other. Okay. And see, everybody's mind is different. Everybody thinks different. You may not even thought that, but someone else bringing this up opens your mind to a broader horizon of, okay, you might be right. And let me pause real quick because a lot of you people are probably like, understanding. As you know, it's understanding is what everybody says, but we don't stand under nobody or under nothing. Okay. We are above that. So we can understand and we can overstand, but overstanding is more like trying to be in authority or control. So I would say understand, because when you come in the inner space, you're equal. You're like eye to eye. I get you. So a lot of people may have heard it, but I don't really like saying understanding because I believe whatever we say, we're manifesting. So understanding is that what I mean. As you all know, it is understanding, but we're not. So press play back to where I was going to next. Okay, so let me rewind and give you so you don't, because you probably lost yourself with that little keynote that I had to put in there. So empathy is about understanding where someone is coming from, even if their perspective is different from your own. Okay, so in a diverse community where people bring different life experiences, backgrounds, and values, listening helps us navigate those differences with compassion. When we listen deeply, we're telling the other person, I see you, I value you, you're validated, and I'm here to understand, not to judge. This is where empathy begins. Okay, so I'm going to leave that right there and go into the barriers to effective listening. Okay, so the barriers to effective listening, but let's be honest, listening isn't always easy. Okay, you get distracted or you're not really into it, but you know, honesty is key as well. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. So listening isn't always easy, and we all know that. There are so many barriers. Sometimes we're distracted. Sometimes we're focused on what we want to say next, and other times we're just not emotionally available to listen. These barriers can prevent real connections from happening. Okay? One common barrier is assumptions. We assume we know where someone is going with their story. So we tune out what they really are saying or trying to say or interpret. Okay, I think I said that wrong. Anyways, I'm tongue twisted today, y'all. So y'all just gotta excuse me and try to bear with me and follow along with what I'm saying. So we tune out or interpret. I don't know, y'all. So anyways, but when we do that, we miss the nuance. Okay? Another barrier is judgment. Instead of listening with an open heart, we listen with a critical ear, waiting for something to disagree with and, try to make a problem with or try to judge somebody with, even when you're not even noticing that's what you're doing. So some people are subconsciously judging people and not even noticing that's what they're doing. So as we all know, we have unconscious, conscious, and subconscious. Conscious is when you're knowing what's going on. Okay, you already know. I'm aware of what's going on. Unconscious is you're out of it. You sleep. You don't remember nothing. You out of it. And subconscious is the things that have slipped into your deeper mind that has come from habit. So basically, you're doing it and you don't even notice that you're doing it because these are things that have become a pattern. Okay, and nobody's gonna call you on your shit, but I am. So that being said, let's get back into what I was saying. Waiting for something to disagree with, both these create disconnection or distance, or I don't know, talk to nobody who's going to treat me like that. I wouldn't either. So let's be real. The next thing we're going to cover is real life impact of listening. Okay, let's look at how listening can transform relationships. I've seen it happen in real life, like real spill, in the most unexpected ways though. Like, take the stories of, let's see, who am I going to make up today or right now? Because I made somebody, Sarah and Jacob, up in the rising. So now, let me see, Marcus, okay? A man who had never really listened to his mother's stories about her childhood in a different country. He always thought he knew what she was going to say next, okay? Until one day, he just listened. No interruptions, no judgments. What he heard was a story filled with struggles, dreams, and emotions that he had never understood before. In that moment, their relationship transformed in a way because they connected on a level that had been missing for years because he thought he knew it all. Little old Marcus thought he knew it all and didn't want to listen to these unique stories that his mother was trying to tell him about her experience in life, and I actually like when my grandma talks to me about those things, and she could have told me the story about 10 million times, and I'm going to listen like it was the first time I ever heard the story. And so, anyways, back to what I was saying. So when we listen with empathy, we create space for healing, understanding, and connections. Okay, so practical tips for becoming a better listener. Let's see. So how can we become better listeners? Let's see if I got a few tips for this episode. I think I got about 4 in my mind that I know of from experience and what I've wanted somebody to do while I was communicating and talking. Okay, so the first one would be present. Set aside distractions, including your phone and your inner thoughts. Okay, focus fully on the person speaking. Number 2, listen to understand, not to respond. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just listen without jumping into giving advice or sharing your own story, making it about you. Okay? Number 3, ask open-ended questions and be open-minded on both ends. Like, this shows the other person that you're truly engaged and interested in understanding their perspectives. And number 4, showing empathy, not forcefully. It's naturally going to come, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So show empathy with your body language. Nod, maintain eye contact, and use gentle, affirming gestures that show you're in tune. So those are a few tips that I have for, that section. So by practicing these techniques, you can create deeper, more meaningful connections in your life and your community. Okay, so now for the wrap up, okay, the final conclusion of the whole episode that I had to come to you guys with. As we close today's episode, I encourage you to think about how you listen to others. And are you really hearing them? Or are you just hearing them and not actively listening? Or are you just waiting for your turn to speak because you already got it illustrated in your mind that what you're going to say, okay, without even letting them finish? So the next time you're in a conversation, try these tips that I just said and see how it changes the dynamic. See how that goes. That's why when I say give empathy, like, you don't have to forcefully do it and give those gestures. They're naturally going to come. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural occurrence if you're actually listening. Okay? So thank you for joining me today, Mosaicians, here in the Mosaic community, united in diversity. Let's continue building bridges through empathy and understanding one's conversation at a time. One conversation at a time. If you found value in this episode, please share it with someone who would benefit or could benefit from learning that the art of listening is so important. So important. Not just for the community aspect or relationship aspect, but it will change your aspect and your perspective as an individual and how you communicate. You understand what I'm saying? It heightens up your communication skills there a little bit. So let's keep that in mind. So remember, we are the mosaic. We are the change. We are the light. Continue doing what you do. Don't let nobody dim your light. Don't put your head down for nobody. Walk with your head held high. If you get any blessings or anybody gives you anything, don't feel embarrassed or ashamed or anything. If it happens in front of a group setting, just hold your head up high, be who you are because you're favored, highly favored, and your ancestors are watching from the beyond. Because remember, energies and spirits and souls, they don't never die. They just go into another dimension out of the shell of the body and become a light body, a crystalline light body. Okay? And they're just in a dimension that we can't see. That's it. Because we're only trained to see what we see. And what we're really looking at, that's for another episode. But what we're really experiencing in this third dimensional world or in this reality is actually an illusion, just like time. Like if you're looking at the clock, it's going to go slow. But if you're not even worried about it, you'll be like, dang, time went fast. Yeah, that's because it was the illusion in your mind. It's what your mind, it's a trick, just like colors. Our eyes, we don't even see all the colors. We damn near imagining these colors and these things that we are seeing with our eye. Oh, she look good. She got a big eye. Oh, she cute. Oh, look at him. He eye candy. He is handsome. That is illusions of your mind and what you want to see and what you need to see. Not saying that the person ain't that, but that's another episode because I'm getting carried away. So anyways, have a wonderful day, and I might come to you again in the evening with episode 10 because I got a lot of things that have been playing in my mind. Even when it looked like I ain't doing nothing or like I ain't saying nothing, my mind is continuously going and going and going. So I might come back in a couple hours and share episode 10 with you. Have a wonderful afternoon, and remember what I said. Held up high, be positive, be the light, shine bright, don't let nobody dim your light. Be confident in who you are. Don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed of anything, okay? So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call it a wrap.